Hello, and thank you for joining us for the second of this series podcast on the ancient technique of Viking knit chain making. In this episode, we will learn how to splice, avoid potential problems, and use solutions. So grab your safety glasses and let's go! At this time you should be moving right along, and you'll be able to see the chain on the Allen wrench. But eventually, the piece of wire we started with will become short and run out. Not to worry, I'll go over the simple splicing technique. For the sake of description and consistent vocabulary, let's define the rows and the ribs. The rows are these triangular-shaped horizontal weaves separated by space. The ribs are the vertical pieces of wire in the spaces in between the rows. First, cut the remaining wire about 1/16 of an inch. Now tuck that loose end under the last row towards the center. Grab your spool of wire and cut a piece approximately 2.5 feet long. I recommend 2.5 feet because it's just the right amount of length to control the end. Otherwise, your wire gets caught on things, becomes work hardened, kinks, and worst yet, pokes out an eye. Take your round nose pliers and make a tiny hook at the end. You'll use this hook to anchor the splice in your bracelet. Take the opposite end and insert it 1 row in and 2 rows out. That's 1 row in and 2 rows out. Continue to pull the wire through, and when the hook end is about 3 inches away, grab the hook with the flat nose pliers. Now notice that I don't have to hold the chain. In fact, I'm using the tension to keep it secure. I have complete control of the wire. I'm moving it back and forth like a piece of dental floss. Guide the hooked end towards the row and tuck the hook under. Secure the splice with your fingers and give the wire a gentle tug away from yourself. Now rotate the chain toward you and continue the weaving process. When you make a complete revolution, you'll find that you really need to clear a space with your hokey pokey. The most common mistake is to pull the wire weavings very tight so they look good. This makes it almost impossible to run your wire under the rows without the aid of the hokey pokey to clear a space. This will slow you down. Trust me, you want the weavings to be loose so that you can easily loop the wire over and over again. Don't be concerned if it doesn't look pretty. The magic draw plate will take care of that. Well, that concludes episode 2 of our Viking Knit Chain podcast. Stay tuned for the third and final episode. In episode 3, we will learn a different technique for attaching end caps, and we'll be dealing with clasps. I'm Kerry Kilmer, reminding you to please wear safety glasses, otherwise you could poke out an eye.